Hi y'all, welcome to Beadinkrazy Custom Creations. I'm Miss Frances, and I'm feeling much better. Thank you all for your well wishes and prayers for me, because I'm feeling much better. Finally, my ears have stopped hurting, but I'm still sleeping with the heating pad on them. And using the nasal spray and the stuff that she gave me for getting rid of it. Now, what I am doing now, and I'm going to try to get this video out pretty quickly, so I may pause you and do what I got to do, and then we'll pour it, because I know you've seen me make this mold before. But this one is for William and Heidi Shoop, the Shoop's Workshop, because I think they need a clock. Well, they did say they wanted a clock for their workshop, so, and they want the skull, so this is what we're doing. The skull and the stars. Now, my idea is, and I'll get you down in just a minute, I think I'm zoomed in too, and I don't want to be zoomed in. Thought so. Okay. So, what I want to do, and I'm using my Rezn Resin air purifier, so yay! I love it. It's set on auto. It's going. I got my gloves. I'm going to mix up a little bit of UV resin. I'm hoping this will work. It's my idea. They want purple, gold, and black. I'm going to pour it in black polyurethane. So I'm going to try. Okay, she wants holographic gold for her stars. Then the skull is supposed to be black, but I'm thinking about highlighting it in the chrome purple. Just highlighting parts of it in the chrome purple, and then leaving the black polyurethane to fill in the rest. I know I cleaned my mold out the last time I used it, but you know, got to get all the fur baby hair out. And any little specks that I don't want in there. Okay, so let's see a few more, darn it. Okay, so I'm going to mix up some UV resin with, I got my UV lamp out, with the glow-in-the-dark purple, and try and do the numbers and around the edge of the glow-in-the-dark with the glow-in-the-dark purple. Now, it does glow blue. It doesn't glow purple, but it glows. And I'm going to put glow-in-the-dark handles on it also. So, that's the plan. We'll see how it works. I'm not sure it's going to work, but I'm going to try it, because I really want it to glow, so I'm just hoping I can get this down in there without making too big of a mess. I'm going to try and use my tool here to get it down in there. But, yeah. Okay. Let's see what we can do. I don't know how well this is going to work, and I don't think I have anything smaller. So, let's see what I can do here. Yeah, I probably have to, I'm going to have to do some wiping. Let me see if I got anything with just a little more point to it that won't scratch my mold. I know I do, but I don't know if those are going to work. Maybe a micro brush. Oh, what about that pointed micro brush? Maybe. maybe that'll work. It might actually work better, but if you're not careful on these, you can pull the tip right out of there. They're kind of like, it's kind of like a cotton tip, but I think that might work better as far as getting the numbers in without making too big of a mess. I hope. We're going to see. It took me forever to find this mold. I couldn't remember where I put it. Yeah. And William and Heidi made me a cedar bowl, which is gorgeous, but it had a lot of cracks in it. So I am going to probably finish sanding it, because he sanded it for the most part, but I gotta sand the bottom of it, the little nub on the bottom. So I am going to try and make it pretty. Make it a whole lot pretty. Well, not that it isn't already pretty, because cedarwood's pretty. And, you know, the first one was turning out so good until it, and if you should go check that video out. I mean, it's had a lot of views, where the first cedar bowl that they turned for me blew apart. Yeah, it definitely blew apart. I mean, so if you haven't seen it, it blew apart, and that's a pretty big chunk of it hit William in the stomach. Kind of left him, kind of knocked the air out of him. Okay, so what I'm going to do is fill it in for the most part now. And I'm going to pause it while I fill this in the rest of the way, and then wipe off the excess before I cure it. And go around the outer edge, this edge here, if I can, with the purple. And I'll be back after I got it cured, and I'll show you what I got. So, alright, I got my purple UV resin cured, the glow in the dark, and yes, it glows blue. There's really nothing I can do about that, but it's going to glow. But I want to color the rest of the face in the holographic gold. Yeah, it's glowing. It's glowing bluish purple. Okay, so let's get started with. Let's start with the gold. I got silver out, but I want to be carefully use the holographic gold in the face of the clock. Well, I'm not really getting any out of there, I guess. I don't want to break my seal on the UV resin that I've got there, because if I do, the black's going to go underneath it, and I don't want the black to go underneath it. So I'm going to be very careful about dusting this. Plus, I don't want it flying in spots where I don't want it. And I got to do the stars too, because Heidi wants them in gold, holographic. So that's what I'm doing them in. I'm just trying to get the face of the clock done here first. If I'm careful about it, I won't break my seal here. I'm might have to dust a little bit of gold in there. I can see spots where it's not wanting to stay. Okay. Alright, now I need to do the stars. And I don't think I'm going to try them with this big brush. I just don't think that I can get in there very well with the big brush. So I'm going to try a micro brush first to try and keep from making such a big mess. And I don't know if that's going to work either. Yeah, it's not really doing what I want it to do. I'll try this pointed one. Let's see if that works better. Well, if I make a mess, I guess I can always clean it up. But the holographic stuff is harder to clean up, actually. To tell you the truth. Once you get it in a spot where you don't want it, it's very hard to clean it out. I may just back this glitter with some chameleon gold from my chameleon powders, or chrome gold, just to make sure that they're gold. Sorry if you can hear Whiny Butt upstairs. I don't know what he's been barking his head off while I was down here trying to cure this. He was up there barking his little head off. And I think he thinks if he barks enough, I'll come up there and see what he's barking about. But I checked my camera. There wasn't nobody out there, so. Oh, darn it. Wasn't planning on making the whole thing gold. Well, I'm trying to get this on first. Then I'll kind of dab it with some chrome gold on the back just to make sure it's gold. But I really wanted the holographic to show, so that's why I was using the holographic glitter, because I want it to show through. Oh, crud. I have to go. I forgot. I gotta go tomorrow and get my blood drawn. And she said she would send the paperwork over there, and she said she'd send me a copy, but I have not seen it. And if I get there, I'm going to be mad. I might have to call the doctor's office in the morning just to make sure they've sent the paperwork over, because I don't want to get there and they won't draw my blood because they don't have the paperwork. Alright, there's that one. It's just a half or part of a star. Let's get it done. I think dabbing it seems to work better than trying to spread it. Because at least I'm getting it to stick to the mold. Oops. Getting a little carried away there. I hope it all works out the way I want it to. Because if it does, it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. I have one upstairs that I did in the holographic silver and the stars in the gold. And it's done in glow in the dark and the numbers are gold. But I'd forgotten about those glow in the dark. Forgotten about the glow in the dark handles I have, or the clock hands I have. Might swap mine out and put glow in the dark on them. I don't know. Who knows if I'll even keep it, to tell you the truth. I mean, everything I make is for sale, so. Just about everything anyway. I've got to get one. I got to get dragons poured too, but I don't know. Everybody says do another video on it. I think people are getting tired of me doing a video on that big old dragon. I got to do 2 more tie-dyed. Now one of them I don't have to do right away because it's for Miss Jeannie and she won't be here for a while. I'm just gonna take my time and get this in there the way I want it and get it cleaned really well, because I know the colors that they want it in, and I'd like to get this video up. It took me a while to, I would have already had it up earlier in the week if I could have figured out where I put the mold at. Yeah. I have way too many molds, I know that. Definitely gonna have to go through and get rid of some. I've got a bunch picked out, I just gotta get busy and go through the rest of the totes and get some molds put in bags and numbered and ready to give away again. But that might be after Christmas, because I already have to get, I can't believe oh, my cord fell. Yeah, I can't believe I've spaced off Christmas like I have this year. Usually I have Christmas started in July, so I know what I'm doing for everybody and I get it all done and blah blah blah, and this year I did not. So, I don't know exactly what I'm doing. And this month I gotta get my great-grandson his birthday gift done. I need to be getting at that quickly, so I can make sure it's there by his birthday. He's a little minion guy. He likes the minions, so I have to figure out what to, well, I have to figure out what he doesn't have. I mean, because I know I bought him some stuff, and now I know what I bought him. But I don't know what his parents or my son has bought for him, so I don't know what he has. And I don't want to send him something that he already has. Alright. Yeah, this is kind of going everywhere, but I don't mind having a little holographic in with the chrome. I think it would look pretty cool, actually. I think it would make it look cool. Okay, there's my stars. I don't know if I'm going to try and dust it off. What I might try and do is dust over it. Something. Because, you know, she wants purple. I think, though, I need to do... Let me that chrome. Oh, I don't have the gold open in that one. I know I don't. In my old case, I do. Alright. Here's the chrome gold. And it's not holographic, but that's okay. Because I need to dust just a little bit of that in the background, just to make sure that I'm covered all the way. I don't want all the black showing through on the face of the clock. So I may dab a little in those stars too. I just want to make sure it stays. I know if I don't brush it off, it will go everywhere. It'll be all through the clock. So I'm not sure how I want to do it yet. But that's definitely gold now. Okay, so now I've gotten gold where I didn't want it. Doggone it. Just trying to burnish it in there so it doesn't come out. So the stars stay gold and they don't have black on them. Because I don't want them to be black at all. So I'm just trying to make sure I get them burnished in good. And yes, it's going to be a little bit of a cleanup. That for sure. That's okay. I'll get it cleaned up before I pour it. Just want to make sure my stars stay gold. Alright. Okay. So we will dump the excess off. And I gotta carefully do that. Oh well. Yep, that's going to be fun to clean up. Alrighty. We might not be able to clean it up. So I think what I'm going to do, instead of trying to clean that, I do want the skeleton cleaned up. I do not want to, I really didn't want the gold over in the skeleton. So that I will clean up before I do it. It doesn't really matter the gold on that side so much, because I think it's going to look good in with the chrome. I mean, I can clean it up, but I don't want to keep you guys sitting here watching me clean here. I do have to get some of that out of, I do want it out of my skull here. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it all out of there. He may have a little bit of gold in him. I don't really want him to, but see what I can do to get it out of there. I would use my little alcohol thing there, but I don't think that's going to help in such a big... I might use it in the smaller spots. What is that? I don't want it in there. Okay, so let's try. I'm going to try and clean this a little bit. I may use my alcohol thing too. I'm going to try and get some of this gold, excess gold, cleaned out of there without taking it out of the stars. Because otherwise it's going to be floating. It'll be floating in the skull. And I don't want that either. Alright, I'll be back when I get this cleaned up and I'm ready for the next color. Okay, well that's cleaned up about as good as it's going to get. Now I will take another alcohol wipe and have it for the skull and my alcohol pen. Right now I'm going to dust in the chrome purple. And I'm going to have to be very, I don't know if I want this brush. I think I might want a smaller brush. Just a little bit smaller. Okay. Well, we're probably going to have a little bit of gold mixed in with the chrome purple, but that's okay. I'm trying not to Trying to get it in there and make sure I got enough coverage and got it colored well enough. Because I don't mind some black peeking through, but I pretty much want it to be purple. Gotta be careful. I don't want to get, because I really want the skull to be black, because that's the color that William wants it. So I'm trying to not get all the purple in there, but I'm gonna get the purple on first, and then I'll clean it off in the spots where I don't want it to be, because I got to get it covered first. Trying to make sure I get it all covered here, especially along the edges. And then there's going to be certain parts of the skull that's going to be black, and then parts of it that's going to be purple. So, alright, so let me look at this skull here. Alright. Yes, I will have to clean some purple out of there, but I want this part to be purple. Get my purple rubbed in first, and then I'll clean out the rest. Make his eye socket purple. Yeah, I'm getting too much purple out of there. More than I want. Get that so I can finish coloring the parts that I do want purple. I'm gonna have to do a lot of cleaning here again. Trying to use my excess so I don't have to dip in there anymore. Okay, so all right, let me dump this. All right, and I'll be back when I got it cleaned up and I'm ready to pour. Alright, I cleaned as much of the purple out of it as I could possibly get. There's still a little remnants in there. It is what it is. I mean, I did my best to clean it out. So, we're going to mix up some black polyurethane and pour it. So, yeah, black's quite the mess to deal with. So I'm hoping I made enough. Because I'm going for 12 ounces. And it may take all 12. And then again, it may not. I don't know. I need to start writing on my molds or recording how much the mold takes. But I haven't, so let's just... The part B is the black, and it's a pain. Trying to get the cup cleaned out as much as you can, and it's just a pain to do. Alright, well, we're going to call that good. Mix this up until it starts getting warm. Actually, I got another mold here that I need to set over here, because if I got any left over, I'm going to finish it. It's already getting warm. This is such a mess. it on my... Just trying to pay attention so I don't overflow it. It may not be exactly level. It's hard for me to tell because that side looks like it's in the need of a stick here. Just a little bit, just to keep it from overflowing there. And now I can't really see this end. I gotta finish pouring, so... Alright, we're gonna pour the rest in here. Finish filling this up. Okay, we'll see what it looks like when it's out of there. I'm hoping I don't have to mix any more up for any reason. I don't want to. I don't like spraying it with alcohol. I might have to though. Just a little bit. I don't want a bunch of bubbles. I want a few. Because there's no way you can get all the air bubbles out. I mean, it's just, I could, but I could try, but I still could very well make it worse. I'm going to wipe this out as much as I can. I need to get a baby wipe. Get it out of there before it sits in there too long and it's hard to get out. But I don't like, you know, I try and reuse my cups as long as I don't crack them. Except for the red Solo cups, because I got lots of those, so I don't worry about those too much. But I do want to clean the A and the B parts out so I don't waste all my other cups on those. And you just clean them out. If they're not cracked, then you can reuse them. So I'm pretty careful about when I clean it out to make sure I don't crack it. Okay. There's part A and part B. Now we will let this cure, and then we will put the clock mechanism on it. Because I don't know which, I forgot what, so shoot, okay, you're dumping them. These hands may be, these may be the wrong ones. Well, those are the ones I want to put on there, but I better wait till it's finished. Till it's finished, and then I'll know for sure whether I'm gonna need that or not. I don't know that I have any smaller ones. I think they're all the same. I think I ended up ordering all the same size. They may be too big. We'll see. It didn't look like it earlier when I checked it, but you never know. Okay. Let's get some of this. I'm just hoping that it adheres to my UV resin, and it doesn't make my UV resin that I put on there sticky. How did I get resin underneath my mat? don't know how I did that. Usually pretty careful about making sure that mat is clean. Guess I didn't see that. Alright. Yay! I can finish this one, which I think it's just going to be white with a little bit of black. Or ivory, I think, is the color that I poured last. And then I'll finish that. And my air purifier is purifying the air as we're talking. It's red right now because I sprayed alcohol. And I mixed epoxy, so I love that thing. I love it. I can't tell you how much I love it. It works so well. I have another one that I had down here, so I might hook it up and run it over on the other side of the room. Don't need to, but yeah, I would like to, because I got that stinky Dr. Crafty stuff and I want to use it up. So I think if I run 2 air purifiers down here, I ought to be able to do it. That has got to be the worst smelling epoxy I've ever used. Gotta find me another mold because I've made several of these little castle things and I'm pretty much done making them. I need to make something else for a while. I'm gonna slowly move that stick out. Yeah. I think the last time I poured this too, it wasn't quite as, it's pretty thin clock, so it doesn't need a big thick clock mechanism, but I'm hoping these hands aren't too long, darn it, because they glow in the dark and I want to put glow in the dark hands on it. They ship those and they just get so bent up. Well, that's the shorthand. It doesn't look too bad. That one's kind of bent. Let me find another one that isn't bent. Hopefully. Yeah, that one looks good. It might be a little too long. And I could snip it off, but I don't really want to. And this is probably too long, but that's okay. I think it'll work. I think they'll work, and they do glow in the dark. So, yeah, they do glow. Yep, they're glowing. Yay! Yeah, we'll make it glow. We'll make it glow when we get it put together. I don't remember what size clock mechanism that one takes. I think the shorter one. And I'm pretty sure I got some. I just gotta figure out which one's which. Those may all be the longer ones. I think that one may be the right. I think that one may be the right size. We need that. We need a hanger for the back. Hanger for the back. We need, where's my other stuff here? Yeah. We need a washer, a rubber washer. You know, I've never used those, so I think you would have to stick them down in the resin in order for them to work. Is that one rubber washer or two? That's one. And a nut. And we need a little... I don't want two of them, I only want one. I'm not gonna. I'm putting the other hanger on it, so I don't think I need that one. Besides, I don't think, I would have had to stick it in there probably before the resin cured. And, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Make sure that's going the right way. I'm pretty sure that is. It doesn't go that way, it goes this way. This goes on the back of the clock. Yeah. Okay. So we put this in there. And then we put this little rubber washer on there. And then we have the washers for the front. Oh, I'm gonna need a pair of needle nose pliers. Oh, that's gonna be fun to hold on. I have got to turn this light back on for a minute so I can find my pliers. It's just too bright. Way too bright. There's my pliers. Okay. Yeah, see, it left some little white spots where I sprayed it with the alcohol, but it's the back of the clock, so not really going to see it. This one's still warm, but not very warm, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it out. Okay. Yeah, see, it's fine. It's good. I don't, I think they'll make pretty good garage sale items. I mean, I may make some more. I leave this up here for my go-to. I may make some out of some mixed mold, because I think I kind of like those for candles. It's a little deeper than most of the other ones. Some of those other ones are a little shallow to put a candle in. You can't hardly do it. So wow, it sure cooled down quick. I'm gonna leave it for a few more minutes here. No, I'm not. I can't. I gotta see it. Please let my hands come off. Please let my UV resin stick to it. Please, 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 please. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! Yes! I'm happy. Yeah, it's got a little bit of purple in it, and it's got a little bit of gold in it, but hey, I think it's cool. I think it's dang cool. There you go. What do you think of that? Yeah, I was worried about some of the little stuff of the stars coming out, but hey. Okay. This part, we're going to turn some lights out here. Let's turn the big light out. The ring light might be okay. We're going to hopefully make this glow. Let me get that little light here. There you go, and the hands. They're gonna glow too. Yay! I'm glad it worked. Usually, sometimes when you put UV resin with polyurethane, you just take a chance. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. But right this moment, it worked. Of course, it glows blue, and I'm not happy about that, but there's not really much I can do about it. Alright, let's get this up in there. Ooh. Well. That might not be... I might need just a little bit longer. One. Let's try this one. Just stick it in there and see if it's a little bit longer than the other one was. Yeah, that size is the right one. That one looked like it was, but it's not. Okay. Alright. Trying to make sure I got this right at 12, but that's very hard to do. Alright, well, we may have to fix it. Come on. Come on, why are you not catching on it? I think that washer may be too thick. Maybe it goes that way. Yeah, I had it on there wrong. It's hard to do this with gloves on, but I don't want to put my fingerprints all over it. And I don't know if I have the wrong size. No, I don't. Gotta be careful. Trying to get you to stay straight up and down with the 12 here and not mess up the face the clock while I'm trying to screw this thing in. I'll make it tight enough so it doesn't wobble around. Alright, let me get these gloves off because I'm sorry, I can't work with these. Not when I'm trying to put this on and make it work here. I'm trying to make it stay where it's supposed to stay. See whether that's straight up and down or not. And I may not put the, I'll leave the clock mechanism on, but I may not put the hands on it just yet. I'll put them on so I can show you, but I don't know that I'm going to leave them on there. And they are a little long, but they glow. So I want the glow ones on there. I want the glow ones to be on there. That seemed to me. Oh, come on. They are a little long. I don't mind. If you don't like them, then let me know and I'll put shorter ones on there. But I don't have any shorter ones that glow. Okay. Now. Let's put a battery in it. Hate to get it all put together and then find out that it doesn't work. We're working, yay! So, hey William and Heidi, let me know what you think about it. I did make it glow. I will maybe have to adjust this hand down. That's what I thought. Because the second hand's going to get stuck on it. Alright, hold on. I'm trying to... Hold on a second. Let me take the battery out real quick. Because I need to fix that hand. The second hand's going to get stuck on it every time it comes around. So that one may not be pushed down all as far as it needs to go. It's down as far as it needs to go. But I don't want it bent down too far because then it won't go past the other hand. I just need this one to go past it. I almost want to nip these black ends off. I still might. And make them... That would make them a little shorter than they are. I'm just going to make sure this one, maybe this one needs to be bent up some. Just a little bit. I think I might have bent it too much. Stuck on it. I just want it to go past them without hitting it. And this one needs to make sure it'll go past the other one without hitting it. Yeah, I still might nip those black ends off. I don't like them. I just want to make sure it'll go past it. Not get stuck on anything. Huh. Okay. Yeah, gotta find my nippers so I can nip those metal pieces off, because I don't like them that long. But I do like the clock. Do you think it turned out cool? And I think they're gonna like it. I gotta get all these back in there. You know, put the short, I don't have any shorter. That's the only size I got. Okay, so I'm going to get my shout out list done, and then take my computer upstairs and get this video loaded. It's almost 8 o'clock, so hopefully I can get it loaded in time. Alright, let me find my shout out list. Oh, I don't even know where I put them. Doggone it. There they are. Okay. Wanda's Blessed Creations, Stacy _ the Crafty Cat, Rezn Liz, India Brady Art by me, Andrew Walker, Coral Marines Resin Art, Butch's Resin Creations, Jaybird Resin Art, at Julia's Crafty Chaos, at Artsy Doodles 1, Amy's Resin Corner, Epoxy Me That, Crafting with Carla, Billy Holman Creations, Patricia's Crafty Corner, Custom Created Handmade Crafts, Cynthia's Crafts and More, Blessed Epoxy by Amy, at Resin Artist, Martha's Craft Room, Marvelous Artsy, Dragons and Dresses Craftsorium, Creepy Crafts, Resin Me Up, Heart Creations by Renee, Lori, aka Midwest Meemaw, Ruby's Resin Studio, at Mamas-Madhouse-Creations, Bear and the Boss Lady, Deland's Handmade Woodworking, Amy Jo, Dot Woodland, Professor Rusty's Workshop, Rhinestone Suzanne, Creation Dust 777, Stressful Mum Paints, Grumpy's Laid Back Carving, Dad Carbs, Perry the Carving Wizard, Runic's Workshop, Woodchuckers Chainsaw Carving, Ray and Sandy Woodworking, Happy Curmudgeon Carving, Mike is Making Stuff, LJ Woodworks, Old Path Woodcraft, The Shoops Woodshop, New Beginnings Woodworks, Oli Makes, Johnny's Lathe Crafts, Resonating Art by Amy M., The Electric Whittler, Johnny's Corner, Matt Carbs, Knuckle Bustin' Numbskull, Pour Resin with Love, Norm Hughes, Tim List Creations, Robert C. Peters, My Honey's Handmade, Eco Woodcrafts, New Roots Dynamic, and that is, well, I have some new ones too. If you want to watch some bowl turning or some wood turning, there's one called Ants, ANTZ Creations. They're from South Africa. They were turning a bowl the other day, and it was cool. It looked cool. And there was a couple others that I joined, but I haven't yet been able to watch their videos, but I will. That's what I got for tonight. I will see y'all tomorrow with, well, tomorrow I don't know what I'm doing. I got my quilt blocks cut out, so I need to get the iron-ons put on there and then get the material started, and I don't know if anybody wants to see that. So let me know in the comments if you want to see me do the quilt. I'll start a video on it, but if no one's interested, I'm not gonna upload the video. Bye for now.